You're constantly flipping off your ex, her lawyers, all those things, hell, even just life itself, giving it the middle finger, F my life. Yeah, you're not alone there, oh, my friend, not alone, because this hand, destruction all the way. My left hand, I use my left hand for destruction that destroyed my life. A total wreck after my divorce back 2 decades ago. But what if I told you that the same hand, well, you combine the two hands. What if I told you that same hand could help you to stop destroying and begin to build? Oh, see, now that would be amazing, wouldn't it? It's a simple framework. You're going to see me look down at notes because I will go all over the place. Notes, roadmap. It's a simple framework, and it's took me 30 years to put this all together. And I needed those 30 years to tell you the truth, for me to put it together. And it's only going to take you minutes to understand what this is all about. And I'm on my phone, and hopefully welcome to live chat. Yep, okay. And I don't know how all that works. Someone will take care of that, I hope. And anyway, so stick around because we're about to rewire your brain. I've got 30 minutes to do that. Am I up to the task? You bet your ass I am, because that 30 years, it's helped me in ways that you're about to understand. All right. You might, in fact, you probably sitting there right now. I know what I can just see it. Mike, you're not a lawyer. No. Mike, you're not a therapist. You're not even a medical doctor. What in the world? Why would you think that I, a divorced dad, should listen to you? That's a very good question. Very good question right there. And in fact, let me answer that question, because that question is important for you to understand. I'm not a lawyer. All those, I'm not those things. You know what I am, though? I'm not a lawyer, but I lived through the battles. I've got battle scars to prove it. And, hey, we got our first hitchhiker. Hey there. Appreciate you. I got a thumbs up too, and people are starting to come in. Man, I love that. I appreciate you guys. But I am not a lawyer, but I've been through the legal battles. That's one reason to listen to me from my experience, okay? Therapy, I laid on a couch. I actually did lay on a couch one time to doing therapy. I'm not a therapist, but I have that in my arsenal. I'm not going to share that story right now. Medical doctor, no. I've had some problems. I went to medical doctors because I was stressed and anxious, and I didn't know what to do. We'll talk about that a little bit too. Not the science. I learned to leave the science out of it. I'm a nerd, okay? I'm doing something totally different than I'm used to. And so, what I've done? I've made it through the ditches of divorce. That's what I've done. That's why you should be listening. Those ditches, for me, they were deep. They were deep. And I crawled out of that ditch on my own 20 years ago. And it took me a freaking decade to do so. And what I don't want to have happen is for you watching this right now to spend a damn decade trying to get out of the ditch of divorce, okay? That's the whole reason I'm jumping on here. That's the whole reason for what I'm doing now. Because I don't want you to be like Mike of the past. Don't be like that guy. You don't want to be that guy. I spent a good decade calling out, and I'm doing this now so that you're only going to spend days, my friend. I gotta stop there because I usually say my brother, and I know there's probably some sisters out there, and so I gotta say my friend or my brothers and sisters, but that's tomorrow. I wanted it to be days for you, not decades like me. Okay, be like the Mike of right now, And, you know, in these 30 minutes, I'm going to share a framework. You've probably seen this, a framework that finally makes sense of it all. It's not theory, okay? It's lived experiences from me. Put it together with a left hand of destruction and the right hand to be a builder. And I spent way too long destroying my life. And I don't want you to do that either. I don't want you destroying your life. In fact, I would love to catch people before they get to the divorce bomb that blew up in my face. I would love to get to those dads that are still married, to say, and take them by the shirt collar and say, don't be like me from 20 years ago. Be like Mike of the now. Be like Mike that's going to the future. Be like Mike that's building a damn legacy for not just himself, but for his damn kids, and helping other dads to do the same damn thing, to leave the destruction in the rear view and to start looking through the windshield at what the legacy that you can and will build. Not for me, but for your kids. Okay. Breath. Here's the cool thing. Oh, cool thing. This is not an app. There's no selling here. This is all free, guys. Free. You have it with you. You've got hands with you. It's not an app. I'm not going to tell you to go to a website. I'm not going to ask for your credit card. I'm not doing none of that today. It's just me and my stories of how I crawled out of that ditch of divorce. Okay? That's it. That's it. I'm offering my hand. Now, what do you need to do? Oh, here it is. See, I can offer my hand all day long, but if you sit there with your hands like this or like this, and you don't reach out with your hand, you'll stay stuck. You'll stay on the destructive path, and you will never be able to build a legacy. And I don't want that. So reach out. Reach out. Yeah. All right. And you probably, I'm going to go back to this for a second. You've probably done this, right? Right? The destructive, that's the sign. F you, you mother. And I did that. Okay. That's what I want you to know. I did that. That was me 20 years ago. I actually did that. It wasn't this. I used my words and I called her an effing B. Okay. And the worst thing was, I did not know, but my kids were in earshot of that. So when I say I was in a deep ditch, I'm telling you, I was in a deep ditch. So, but just stick around. Now, this has been the kind of the gloom and doom, but now, it's story time. Okay? I'm going to take you back. 30 years ago. Sit down right here in the pew beside me because I'm staring up. The preacher's up here like this. The preacher, he was standing up there with his hand in the air. And I started thinking, why is this guy doing this? And I'm looking around and I'm like, why is he not talking? He's just standing there, just looking at each other and just standing there with his hand up like this. And I'm like, is there something wrong? And pretty soon there's whispers. Everybody's like, what's he doing? What? Is he gonna, because he's never done that before, apparently. I'm new here. I'm like, he just did this. And then he starts in. Oh, wait. We've got to rewind. Before the preacher started, we got to rewind to when I came home, about a year prior to this, of sitting in that pew, watching the preacher do this. A year before that, okay, let me put the hat back on. I came home from work, and my daughter, who's about, I think she was around 3 or 4. Yeah, I actually have my thumb in my mouth. She's there sucking her thumb. And we were worried, my ex and I were both worried because she was starting to have teeth problems. And I knelt down and I said, honey, what are you doing? I'm thinking. Yes, it is. Okay, fast forward. Back to the cowboy preacher man. He drops his hand, hat back on, drops his hand, And he says the first thing that grabbed my attention, he went like this, and he says, thumbs, they're your thoughts. That's where it all starts. And I went, oh, I lost my hat, because thumbs are thoughts. A year ago, my daughters, I'm thinking. Now I'm like, he's got my attention. I'm looking for I need to write this down. The old lady beside me, she was taking notes. She must have known something that I didn't. And I was looking, and I looked around, and I found an old crumpled receipt. If I had one handy, I would do it right now, but I don't see one in my mess, so I'm not going to pull one. And I tapped her. I said, do you have a pen I can borrow? And she said, oh, sure, yeah. And she gives me the pen, and I wrote these words down, okay? Thumbs. You already know what the thumb is. Thoughts. He went to this finger. Pointer finger. Attitude. And he showed a really nasty attitude. And we all do, right? And then he said, you got to be careful about this one. Emotions. The middle finger. Emotions. And ooh, we show some powerful emotions with this one, don't we? Yeah. And then he goes to ring finger. Now, back then, what did I have right here? I had a ring. Okay? I had a ring. Not there anymore. Still not there. Even from my second chance marriage. Oh, yeah. You're listening to a guy. What? Why are you even listening? Are you still on here? Yeah, I am currently in the divorce ditch right now. To tell you the truth. Hat off for a second. Because I'm going to teach you something, guys. And share something that's important. I'm not some guru. I don't have a corner office, except for what I do in my Mick office when I have the corner table that I have windows surrounding me. I'm currently separated from my second chance family, and you've probably seen some of my little shorts about my boy who's autistic, nonverbal. So I'm in it with you guys. I'm totally in with it. What am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say this right here. This is important enough to me to share my shift with you so that you understand where I'm coming from and how this can get you from destruction to legacy. How far are we in? We're almost 15 minutes in. Hey, we're in good shape, because that story, that sets it up. Where would I get to? The ring. See why I need a script? The ring, not there anymore. I did it. I destroyed that marriage with the path of destruction that I chose. No one else chose that for me. I did that. I screwed up. Me. Not my wife, not my kids, not the lawyers, not everyone else. I lost her. I lost the house. I lost the kids. I lost my job. I lost all the things. I did that, guys. I didn't see that back then. I blamed everybody else. Another left-hand thing that will take you from toxic thoughts to a place, the pinky, the place of destruction, of total wreckage, inside and out. And then there's this one, the right hand. Oh, the right hand. See, the preacher man, he didn't do all of this, what I'm doing right now. All he gave me back 30 years ago was this: thumb thoughts, attitudes, emotions, ring, and pinky. That's what he gave me, and that's what I wrote down on that crumpled receipt. And then it went dormant for a long time, 20 plus years. I still thought of it once in a while, but not to the extent that I have in the past 6 years since I attended UPW in Miami, 2019, before the COVID BS. I call it BS because I don't think we need, never mind. We're not going there. Back to the script. UPW. Story time. I call my wife. I said, hon, I'm not coming home this week. It's 6 years ago this weekend. I forgot to tell you that part. Honey, I'm not going to make it home. I scheduled, I got a thing I'm going to do in Miami. Can you hear her yelling? What do you think she's saying right now? You're going down there to watch bikini babes on the beach, aren't you? You're going to Miami to do that. I'm like, no, really, honey, I'm going to Miami. My big rig, I'm going down there. I've already got the load. I got a load of hay I'm taking down there to Orlando area from Colorado. That's where I'm at now. And I'm headed to Florida. And then pretty soon, click. Now, hat off. To this point, I could have, the old me would have canceled that load and said, But the new me, the one that was beginning to form a legacy back in 2019, the new me took a breath and said, no, I booked this load. I will continue to go to Miami, and I did. I went to Miami. I stayed in my big rig, in the sleeper, and I Ubered. I Ubered my way to the conference back and forth. I have pictures and videos and all the things that, and so I learned a great deal from Tony Robbins, a great deal. And what I did over the past 6 years, as I have made what I learned there my own. So when you hear me talking about trucking, and you hear me talking about the hand GPS, the navigation tool that's going to get you from disaster to legacy, believe me, I've lived it. I've lived it myself. I've done the things that I need to do to move from this to this, from destroyer to builder. All starts with your thoughts. And there's a thumb wrestle that goes on in there, a thumb wrestle. You got the good thoughts and the bad thoughts. We got those happening all the time. How do we get the good thoughts to win? Let me show you. It's just a simple little trick. I want to go into the science so bad right now. Let me just say this. Amygdala. Anybody know what an amygdala is? It sounds weird. I love saying it, and I even botch it really good because, especially when I get tired, I try to say it weird. But the amygdala is like an almond-shaped piece in the brain. This is not on the script, by the way. This is an aside. But what it does is it hijacks your brain. It hijacks your thinking. It causes stress levels. Remember the stress I was talking about? It causes those to, it just hijacks your thinking. You can no longer think, and what do? You do stuff like punch a hole in the wall, and you do this, and you say things that you're not really, I was never that guy. I was never the guy before that. I wasn't the guy that punched holes in the wall. I wasn't the guy that, I didn't even drop F-bomb. Look at me. I'd never dropped F-bomb in my life. Well, except for when I came home as a second grader and I asked my mama, she was a substitute teacher. I asked my mama, who was a substitute teacher in the school that I went to, I said, hey mama, what does F mean? And I didn't even get to the word mean. And my drill sergeant dad, I end up on the floor. I guess I should still have this on because I'm still story teaching. End up on the floor. And from the floor, I got back up and I was dazed a little bit. I sat back down. My mama kind of looked surprised, but she didn't say anything. After dinner, my drill sergeant dad, yes, he was really a drill sergeant in the Army, takes me outside and takes me aside and says, son, we did not say those kinds of words. I know you've heard me say them out here working on the vehicles or doing those things, but no, we do not do that in front of women, in front of children. I'm the child. I learned a great lesson that day. That lesson, which you can take to the bank. Our kids, they watch us as dads. They don't always say anything, but they watch us. How are you treating your wife, your ex, the woman that's the mother of your child? How are you treating them? Are you on the destructive path, doing this like I did 20 years ago and calling her an F and B? Is that the path that you want? Or do you want to treat her with respect so that your kids can see the new you? Okay, now imagine that. So now what we're going to do, we're going to begin. Here we go. We're going to begin with the end in mind, folks. The end. I'm back to script now. We're going to begin with the end in mind. So if you want If you want to build, and I'm going to make this little symbol right here, right? If you put, I've just learned this. If you do this, it means I love you, and I love you guys for coming here. But if you do this, it's Hawaii, like hang loose. But if you do this and you set it to your temple with your right hand, that's the thoughts right here, the builder thoughts. And what's this pinky right here? I don't know. You probably can't see it. What's the pinky right here? The pinky. The pinky is the destination. It's the legacy that you're leaving for your kids. What? Back over here. I can't do that same, not with my left hand. I have to have help. But with the same, on the left side, the path of destruction begins right here with toxic thoughts. Toxic thoughts. Where do the toxic thoughts lead to? A path leads to destruction. And that's what we're trying to avoid. Now, how do we get there? You're probably wondering, yeah, this is all great and good, and thoughts and things and all the stuff that you're saying, the amygdala. Oh, I forgot the prefrontal cortex, the part that gets shut down. That's the part where we think. Here's, ooh, do I share this? I'll share one more story, and this is going to cement it for you. You see, I stayed in this path with the toxic thoughts and the limiting, even toxic beliefs of who I was. The language inside is worse than any language any one of you could ever bring to me. Okay? So when I get a comment that says, oh, you suck, or man, you look at those nasty teeth, that's nothing to compare to what I was saying to myself on my path from toxic thoughts to my near destruction. The near destruction I'm going to share with you right now is this. I almost took my final exit from this earth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know what that means. If it wasn't for my dog Coco, if it wasn't for my dog Coco, all she did was lay her head on my lap. And she made me look down. And she looked up at me with those eyes that said, if you go, what about me? I didn't know that at that time, but that was God with a pattern interrupt, the best damn pattern interrupt of my freaking life. It saved my life. And now I'm going to do for you what my dog did for me. I'm going to teach you a simple pattern interrupt. And this is going to take you back. It's going to take me back. Remember the story? I come home. Oh, wait. We'll go with the left thumb because that's the path to destruction. I'm thinking. I'm in the parking lot right now. People can see me. They're pulling into the drive-thru, looking at me, sucking my thumb. Yeah. Hi. I just had an SUV pull up and look over and go, what the hell is that guy doing? No, I don't care what he thinks. His opinion of me is none of my business. That's all on him. If he wants to know, he can come over and ask, and I'll have him join me on camera, and we can have a little interview. I would love that. That's your pattern interrupt. It's a messy one. And it's one I'm pretty sure no one will ever use in public like I am. I'm thinking. What does that do? It breaks. It does the same thing that my dog Coco did for me. It breaks the pattern of thought that I'm doing. It breaks the action. I was about to take the final exit out of this world. And my dog Coco laid her head on my lap. Pattern interrupt, guys. I'm thinking. Simple. Now, if you don't want to be messy, if you think that's gross, if you're worried about your teeth like we were for our daughter, then how about this? The left hand of destruction, the right hand of legacy. What if the pattern interrupt is simple as this? You just take this, the right hand, and you move it over here to the left, and you go like this. And then you wait, and you wait, What are you waiting for? Just like the cowboy with the hand up. What are you waiting for? They're waiting for you to process your thoughts. Like this. Where will this limiting belief, this toxic thought of I'm no good, nobody loves me, I hate my life, in fact I F my life. Pattern interrupt. Oh wait, it's not the messy one. That's the messy pattern interrupt. Oh, somebody's back. Thank you. I'm not sure who that says. Jade? Thank you. Appreciate you coming back. Pattern interrupt. Dog Coco laid her head on my lap. Pattern interrupt. Saved me from the final exit I was about to take. Pattern interrupt for you can start way before you get to that point. This pattern interrupt can be done anytime. Are you listening? Are you listening? I'm telling you a secret. I was hiding this stuff, guys. I was hiding this stuff. And only using it for a select few, thinking that was the way to go. It's not. I'm out here to give you the full hand GPS with the pattern interrupts, with all of it from here out. So keep showing up, follow, jump on the lives, because that pattern interrupt right there could be the difference between someone taking their own final exit from this place. And if I can help save one Dodd, yeah, Dodd, I'm saying Dodd, I'm not saying Div Dad anymore, that's old news, Dodd, dads of divorce. Oh hell, I was a dad of destruction. I was a Dodd back then. I was a dud of a dad. Dodd. Oh geez, I just freewheeled right there for a second. That's not on the script, by the way. I wasn't going to talk about Dodds and duds, but the dads of divorce. And ladies, I want you to know there's something coming for you as well. Don't worry. I know I'm talking to the brothers and the dads of divorce, but there's going to be someday there's going to be moms of divorce. There's going to be some mods. Okay? And there will be some children of divorce. There will be chods. And there will be grandparents of divorce. And they could be, oh, I guess we better say them grods and not say God for them, right? Though my grandfather was godlike for me. This hat that I keep putting on is a symbol of my grandfather, who told stories like nobody's business and kept me fascinated with all the stories. And that's what I'm going to be sharing in a way that you probably don't even understand at this point, because I just got the call from God just a little bit ago. I finally answered his call. Look, I love you guys. I appreciate you. It's coming up on 30 minutes. You've learned, let's review, okay? Cowboy church back 30 years ago. I rewound a little bit and went back to my daughter sucking her thumb. Don't be sad, Jade. Don't be sad. You know why not to be sad? Because I went through all of that. I went through the decade of being in a ditch so that I now can help dads only spend days in the divorce ditch and not a decade like me. So be happy. Be happy, Jade. Because what I'm giving you right now, my daughter gave me that 30 years ago. And I'm just now coming around back to it to say that is the best damn pattern interrupt I've ever known in my life. I don't care who watches me. I'll do this. When I'm thinking bad thoughts and the destruction stuff, guess what I'll do? I'm going to get me a picture. I'm going to get me a picture of this. And I'm going to put on there my pattern interrupt right here on my t-shirt. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that because I have a financial flat tire right now. But guys, man, just stick with me. I know I'm messy. None of this is polished. I don't have a freaking script. This is me. Okay. And I know some people are going to not like it. Some people are going to like it. Some people are going to think it's sad. Some think, wow, this is kind of cool. All over the place. And Jesus, okay, I'm going to end this. This is the science. We got a whole nother live we're going to do tomorrow. Same time, same station, same CBS station, Convoy Broadcasting System. 3 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday. It's going to be church-like, but it's not what you think, okay? Here's what it is. Here's what it is. Today has been the science. Today's been for the mind. For you to grab the concept of the pattern interrupt, the amygdala that's in there in the middle that takes over everything and stops your prefrontal cortex from thinking. That's the physical stuff. Tomorrow, 3 p.m., we're going to do like my grandfather did for me. We're going to dive deep into the spirit. We're going to dive deep into the soul. And so tomorrow, bring your Bibles, bring your coffee. We're going to throw some scriptures. We might even say a prayer or two. We're going to do it in a way that hopefully will not, you need both, is what I'm trying to say. You'll need both, because today is the logic. Tomorrow, Sunday, we're going to lock it in. We're going to lock it into your soul. We're going to lock it into the inside of you in such a way that when you first have the thought that's toxic, man, I screwed that live up. I didn't stay to a script. I suck. Pattern interrupt. I just did it to myself. That's that part. Wait till we get to tomorrow. Ooh, I cannot wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow takes this level of my sharing the physical stuff, the science, the logic, the thinking, and now we're going to take it to a whole nother level, to a level that is still blowing my mind. The more that I explore, and I didn't mean to be a poet. I didn't know it. But tomorrow we're going to take this so deep that you're going to say, that's eternal. That's eternity. That's legacy building. Join me tomorrow, 3 p.m. Sunday. My time has expired. I'm in overtime right now. I appreciate you. If you have stayed this long, Jade, I'm pretty sure you have stayed this long. Thank you. You know what I know? I know this. I know that there are millions of people out there doing YouTube channels and Facebook groups and blogs, and I got these things too. I've got a Facebook group. I call it my fortress for another live. That's the safe place for the brothers. And for you sisters, that's coming for you when we get that figured out with divorce moms, with mods, right? So tomorrow, join me. You're going to need both. Mental, the soul, the heart, to lock it in and build something eternal, a legacy. If you just think about it, a legacy that you build from here, from what you're thinking, from the spirit or the higher source of power. Man, it starts to give me chills. And so we're going to lock that in tomorrow. Today, science. Tomorrow, the soul. Love you guys in a way that you cannot imagine right now. Jade, thank you so much for your comments. I don't know what all those things are right there, but thank you. I see hearts. You've just, with those comments, you've filled my tank. And let me end with this. See if I can do it. Jade, that's for you. That's for you. I love you. This is for everyone. Love you. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Join the live. Love you. Let's go. You noticed. Okay, I gotta stop real quick. I gotta take one PS to this. Do you see that came from me? But that wasn't me doing it. That was this brother. He's my VA, my virtual VA. We've never met except online. Thank you. Thank you, Dan the man. You freaking rock. And thank you for helping me with this. And it's more than a passion project now. This is a movement that Dan is helping me to put together. Dan is helping me to take that message that I got a couple weeks back. You're not alone, and take it and broadcast it to the world. Thank you, Dan. Thank you for that link right there. If I can see it right, I'm pretty sure, and give the the hearts. That's our Facebook fortress. That link right there, Facebook fortress. And you want to know something? I'll tell you a little secret. I protect that like a fortress with my life. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? That Facebook group, there is no judgment. There is no hate. There is no spam. I can go list with the list. You know what there is? There's stories of guys stuck in the divorce ditch, like I was 20 years ago, and I don't have time now to talk about my first post in this group. It's not my group. I was past this group from Jared. Thank you, Jared. My first post, I was scared, just like I was scared for my first live. But you know what I did? I grabbed some courage, and courage is not being able to act without fear. Courage is being able to act amongst the fears. And that's what I'm doing now, is coming out with all these secrets. And I'm being wide open, and that's what I've done today. I've taken a secret hand GPS that I have developed. I even used it on some of the guys in the Facebook fortress. I used it for them. I didn't charge very much. And I won't charge ever for this. This is free. It's not an app. It's your hand. The next 6 weeks, people, the next 6 weeks, stay with us, because next week, Saturday next week, you probably think we're going to go with the thumb. No, we're not. I'll leave it there. I got to leave a mystery somewhere, right? I'll leave it right there. Next week, join us. By what you see in the shorts coming up, subscribe if you haven't, so that you stay connected. You'll know what next week's live's all about, connected to this, to this, connected to that. So next week, join us. You will, it will be fun. I hope this has been fun. I know it has a sad part to it, but I hope I ended it on a good note, on a fun note that says, I'm thinking. Thank you, my daughter, for that 30 years ago, for that pattern interrupt. That right there, just that right there will help save lives. I know it. I know it right here. I know it here, and it's anchored in here. Join me tomorrow. We'll anchor all of this whole thing in a soul science way. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Sunday, join me. Dan, awesome. The rest of you, Jade, thank you. And for all the rest that I don't know, can I scroll up? I don't know if there's, I only see Jade's on here. Oh, I see somebody. Chloe maybe said hi. So yeah, I'm not very good. I gotta like really get in there and figure out what's going on, but love you guys. I'm out. Wow, I'm out. I just love you. See you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Look for some more stuff. More stuff is coming all the time. That will continue. Dan's like, he's making a mess of this. It's all right, Dan. We'll get through. All right. Now, how do you end this thing? There's got to be an X or a X. X marks the spot. A circle and a